Hello and welcome. I'm Anita from Yoga on the Road, and thank you for joining me today with a practice focused on balance and stability. It is really important for our everyday life, particularly as we age and we get to that over 40 bracket. It's important to keep on working on those aspects of our everyday life. So this practice is a very short and playful practice, allowing you to get curious about building your balance, building your stability, and building your confidence just in those skills to be able to do that. So I invite you to set up your space if you haven't already. Grab a couple of blocks, ensure that you're close to a wall. We will be using a wall today to play around a little bit. Once you have all those items, I'm going to meet you on the floor. Blocks up the top of your mat. We're not going to use them straight away. Start on all fours so that your knees are positioned below your hips. Your hands are slightly in front of the line of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and slowly start to press back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips, press the weight or shift the weight back towards the thighs. Let your head rest. Let your neck rest. If this doesn't feel a restorative place for you to begin, you can always start in child's pose or puppy pose, coming down to rest on your forearms. Wherever you're meeting me today and yourself, take a moment to take 3 to 4 deep, full breaths. Nice full inhale in, slow and gentle exhale out. 2 more just like that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you breathe out, forward fold. Press down firmly into the feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. As a beginner advocate, it would be very unfair of me today to say we're moving from warrior one pose straight into warrior 3 pose. No props, no supports, nothing. We're not going to do that though. We are going to look at the important components of those poses, of those 2 shapes, talking about alignment, talking about the parts of the body that actually help support, namely your core here, and looking at shapes and playfulness in the practice that can help us move toward the direction of putting those 2 or sequencing those 2 shapes together. So to start with, come close to a wall, and you're going to press your foot into the wall. So straight away you have some sort of stability and support. Think about your legs being in the shape of a right angle. So the left foot is positioned beneath your left hip. Your right hip is level with your left hip. And then put a slight micro bend in the right knee here. All right, we're moving from the hips up with alignment. So to start with, I want you to have a feeling of drawing your navel back towards your spine. Lift your arms up here to encourage length through the spine. And as you can feel or see here, our body is now in that orientation of warrior 3, but we have some support here. Keep both legs actually engaged. So to keep them engaged, we think about lifting the kneecaps, engaging the thighs. If you're after a little more challenge here, you can even play around with closing your eyes. Just notice how the body naturally wavers, moves, weight shifts. And maybe you even fall out, and that's okay. Reposition yourself again. Core is switched on, hips are even, legs are engaged. If the arms are fatigued, just play around with this position with the arms down on the hips. Balance challenge is to take your foot off the wall, knee lifted. This really encourages the core engagement as the core is used to really keep that knee and leg lifted, and then swap. We'll take a little into with a half salutation before we change sides. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Press down firmly into the feet. Rise up. Light upper body and torso. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Left foot to the wall now. So for alignment purposes, you just want to ensure that your right foot now is under the right hip. Your left foot is level with your left hip. And then the hips are even. So there's that tendency maybe for the left hip to lift a little. Draw that left sit bone down towards the right foot. Draw the core or the navel in. Inhale, reach up. Soften through the shoulders. Take 3 breaths here. Bring the hands back to the hips. Lean back a little. Lift the leg away from the wall. Keep that knee drawn in towards your body. You will feel the core kind of fire up to keep that leg lifted. Go with the wobbles, go with the misplacement, go with the movement, go with the falls, go with the stumbles. It's all good. Reposition yourself back before lowering the leg to the ground. As you inhale, reach all the way up. As you exhale, soften the knees and fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. You could use your blocks here. And then as you breathe out, you're going to step your right foot back, either resting on the ball of the foot or lowering the heel towards the ground so the back foot is in a 45-degree angle. Important to check on alignment here. So ensure that your knee, left knee, is stacked above the left ankle. That will ensure safety of the knee. Inhale, lift and rise up. Exhale, settle into the shape. Again, let's talk about the features here. You're pressing down into your left heel. Give your left knee a little eyeball and just check that your knee is tracking towards the middle toes or more towards the pinky toe side of your foot. And then just reposition your head. Fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling, traveling the torso up with us and having a feeling of lightness from the hips all the way up through the chest, arms. And take 2 breaths here. The right leg or back leg, meanwhile, is continuing to stay strong. You're pressing down with a focus on the outer edge of the heel if your whole foot is pressed down into the ground. Lifting the kneecap, thigh engaged. If you're just balancing on the ball of the foot, the same actions apply, except you're pressing down into the ball of your foot. So kneecap is lifting, yep, thigh is engaged. Last breath. Release the hands if you haven't already. Bring the hands back to the heart, and this is a little play around with balance again. So you're going to lean slightly forward. You might step the back foot slightly forward, and then as you inhale, sweep the knee up. Holding now. Core is engaged. And then lower the foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We're now changing sides. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. This time you're breathing out, stepping the left foot back, positioning your foot either on the ball of the foot or pivoting on the foot so that the heel presses into the ground. Check that your front knee is stacked over your right ankle now. And then use the strength of the legs, use the engagement of your core to lift all the way up. Inhale, rise the arms up. Again, eyeball the knee, checking that the knee is tracking towards the middle to pinky toe side of the foot. Press down through the front heel, press back through either the outer edge of the left foot or the ball of the foot. Lift the kneecap, engage the thighs. Take 3 breaths here. Haven't already, lower the hands to the heart. If you're planted on your back foot, you're just going to lift to the back heel. Step the back foot forward slightly. And then as you inhale, you're going to lean your weight forward. Lift your left leg up. Connect with your core. And slowly lower. One last look at that playfully. We're going to use a couple of blocks now to transition. So as you inhale, rise all the way up, fingertips reach towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back. Bring the blocks back to frame your front foot. And you're just pressing down through the ball of the back foot. Inhale here. Chest is well forward. And then walk the blocks as far forward as you can comfortably reach. Take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, just as we did a little earlier, you're just going to step that back foot in slightly. Shift your weight forward so that your shoulders are now out over your wrists. Draw the toes back. As you extend through the left leg, start to lift the right leg. Pressing out firmly through the heel of the right foot. Keep the hips level and even. There's a tendency for that right hip to want to rise up. Right hip settles, navel lifts. If you want to add a little challenge here, you could prop yourself up on your fingertips. If you want to add more of a challenge, you could move one hand away from the block. Holding with breath. Acknowledging all the little movements that your body makes as a natural part of this working on the balance. And again, if you want to add another element of challenge, if this isn't enough already, close your eyes. Or not, it doesn't really work for me, but you might want to play around with it. Take 1 more breath. Lower the right foot to the floor. Come into a forward fold. Make any movement to your legs, to your feet. That helps release any tension. And then halfway lift. Moving to the opposite side now. So step the left leg back, travel the blocks back with you. Just hang out here for a little bit. Checking alignment, knee over the ankle, torso extended. Reach the blocks as far forward as you comfortably can. Decrease the distance of your legs by stepping the left foot forward. Shift your body weight forward so the shoulders both move out over the wrists. And then simultaneously, as you start to extend through the right leg, start to lift through the left leg, pressing out firmly through the heel. So this is where we're inviting again engagement of the leg, both that is, the lifting of the navel towards the spine, core engagement. Maybe playfully propping up on your fingertips very lightly. Maybe even curiously bringing one hand to the chest, or both, as may be the case. Just find that area that works for you to explore. We're taking 2 more breaths here. Slowly lower the foot to the ground, come into a forward fold. Big breath out here. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, step or walk all the way back to downward facing dog, right where we started from. Take 2 more breaths here. Lower your knees to the ground, take them about a hip distance apart, bring the big toes together. Settle the weight all the way back towards the sit bones, let your forehead rest towards the ground. Child's pose. Take whatever time you need to rest, to breathe, to reconnect, to give yourself gratitude and thanks for coming to the mat today, for being a little curious and playful, for helping to support your stability and your balance. Thank you once again for joining me. My name is Anita. Thanks for coming to play. I'll see you soon.